Hey guys, we're just getting to our parking area here. We're about 25-30 miles up in the mountains. Getting the meatballs in the container with some water. It doesn't have to be 100% full because as you're walking it's sloshing around your backpack. It will get hydrated. So yeah, get about another 30-45 minutes worth of hiking, and then we'll get down and start a little campfire and get some lunch going. See y'all in a little bit. Alright, I want to check in with you guys. We're about 15 minutes into this adventure. Parked way down here at the bottom of the canyon. Just wanted to give you guys a look at the view. Alright, here we are at our spot. I'll create a little flat landing and set my stove up. Wasn't too bad of a hike today. It is a little warm out here in the Nevada heat, but alright, here we have it. About 30 minutes into the hike. We made it up to this little camping spot. Just kind of cleared a flat little piece of ground here just so I can hook up my little stove. We are using the stove top from Fire Maple. I've seen it to be a pretty reliable little guy here. All the edges just fold out. It makes you a little stove top. So you set your pot right on top of that. We're going to start this with flint and steel, and I think the best way to do that is to just strike it right onto the propane and get her going. Alright, before I get this going, I just kind of want to show you some of the stuff I do pack with me whenever I'm going to go out into the wilderness or go camping or anything that involves the outdoors. One of them is a trauma kit. It does have a tourniquet, blood clot, bandages, gauze, almost anything you need just to get yourself right so you can get down to the car, get out, get some self-service, or even if you can make it into town, go to the hospital. It's always important to have a medical kit with you. I don't care what anybody says. As you can tell, I do have all my seasonings, all my spices. You gotta have your garlic, salt and pepper, minced onion, black powder, and of course you can't have spaghetti and meatballs without some oregano in it. I do have my meatballs soaking. They should be darn near ready. It's been about 30 minutes, and it did take me a little bit to set up here, so probably about 40-45. I got my little stove ready. I'm going to have to light it with the flint and steel. We'll strike it off this knife. It's a really nice kit right here. I'm not quite sure where this one's from. It was in my pack out from a little while ago. It's been a minute. You know, memory's not the best these days. There we go. Now we go to flame. Oh, that magnesium's still off in the tip. Don't worry, it'll burn off. One of the best survival knives I have right here. Just said I can't remember exactly where it's from. So we do have our water. We've got our spaghetti noodles. I'm not going to be making too much today because it is just me out here, and I'm not trying to get weighed down by a big meal. I think I only got 4 or 5 meatballs soaking. Even that sometimes is going to be a little too much for you. Just going to use just a little bit, not too much. I like to break them in half because I do have this little cooker right here. And once they start getting a little limp, they will fall down in it. I can put the top on. It is vented, so the steam will come out. I'd say give the noodles about 10-15 minutes and they'll get nice and al dente. Let's go ahead and turn this guy up here. Still some of that magnesium burning off there, but we got it lit. And there we go, our noodles are boiling, boys. Noodles are boiling. Let me tell you, I am hungry. Alright, I did forget to bring some silverware with me, so we're going to go ahead and craft up some sticks real quick with one of the Civivi knives, the one I just did the review on the other week. Still, no wiggle room, it's held an edge, and I beat this thing up left and right every chance I get. It's a nice knife. I definitely wouldn't mind the $80-something it is worth. Just broke a stick off a tree and go ahead and get all the extra loose dried bark off of it. Don't need none of that in our food, I'll tell you that much. Might add a little flavor, it might be your thing. Just kind of whittle some of the skin off. Just make sure to check in on it every now and again. Give it a little bit of a stir. You don't want your noodles getting stuck together, nobody likes that. As these are cooking, let's go ahead and stick that top back on. And these are the meatballs from the freeze-dried Wholesalers. I've had a few of their products so far. This is the first time ever cooking with one out here in the wild. I've made some at the house with George and done some reviews with him with those. I've never been on camera, but been behind the scenes with him. This is Italian style, fully cooked. These are good up to 25 years in the sealed package. So you can buy them today and 25 years from now you're good to go still. In case you're prepping for something, or even if you just need to, get ready for a camping trip that you and your family might take next year, 2 years from now. It doesn't matter what it is. But there's a link in the description down below at the bottom of the video. You do have a link in there, and that's going to give you a little bit of a discount off of anything that you buy from him. Really great guy, really great guy. He makes all this stuff himself, packages it, and can't say anything negative about it so far, to be honest with you. And that leads us to our next one for tomorrow's video. Me and my lovely girlfriend, we're going to be making these freeze-dried cookie dough, chocolate chip chunked, uncooked, so they are raw. I haven't really read through this one to see if you need to add water to it. Oh yeah, it says you need to add it in cold water for about 30 minutes. Then go ahead and dry them off in a damp paper towel. Now, they look like they'd be pretty good. You can see there's definitely chocolate chunks in there. That's a lot of chocolate. And a boy like me, I love my chocolate. Alright, I'll check in with you guys when this is almost done and we start adding the sauces and the seasonings. Alright, since we are almost done here, the noodles are almost cooked. I like to add in my minced onions. They are dried, so it gives them a little bit of a chance to soak up some of that water. And this does have some breathers up top, so it'll keep them in. I'm not going to drain them off when I pour the water out. Got these bugs out here flying around. They smell the good cooking. Alright, we're going to toss our meatballs in just a little bit early before I drain these noodles. They're not all the way soaked up with water yet. It's going to help it out a little bit. These meatballs are pretty chunky. They're pretty big. Love the smell of that onion. Okay, it's time to drain the noodles. Everything's done here. Go and spin this top around to get the holes away from me. I don't want to burn my hand. That's what you got before you add all the sauce and seasonings. I'll set this over here to the side. We're going to open our Bertolli sauce. It's all organic, has olive oil, basil, and some garlic in there. Trust me, we're going to add plenty more garlic. And some oregano, some salt and pepper. You add to what you like. I personally like my spaghetti a little saucy. Just personal preference. I'm going to add some garlic to it, a little bit of salt and pepper, and some other stuff. Remember, season this to how you like it. You're out camping, just whatever your tastes are. It doesn't matter. And whoever's camping with you doesn't like it, well, maybe they should have brought their own food and their own freeze-dried Wholesalers. Right, a little bit of that oregano. I like a little bit of salt and pepper. I have all these mixed up when me and George were cooking together. And you want to turn your flame back down too, because you really don't want to burn your sauce. Make sure to keep a steady eye on that and keep stirring it. You don't want to burn it. It's going to make the whole thing taste bad. Remember, with spaghetti, if you want your sauce a little bit thicker, just leave it on the fire for a little bit longer. Yeah, your noodles are going to be a little bit more well done, but you get to evaporate some of that water out there and it thickens it up. That's already looking delicious. Look at that, guys. That's a hearty meal on the trail right now. I can tell you all these flies are coming around. They smell it. Okay, I think she's done here. She's steaming a little bit. Let's go ahead and cut this fire off. Maple fire, or maple stoves, is what that little top attachment is, and I think it works wonderful, especially when you're just doing a little single meal by yourself. If you want a big pot, of course you can get the big Coleman camping stoves, like the one George did his last review on with the freeze-dried Wholesalers. It was really nice. It had the grill on one side and it had just the burner on the other. But this guy right here, if you're out by yourself all day, uses very little propane, or very little butane actually. This is a butane propane mix, but either way, it just uses very little of it, so it's really conservative. You get quite a few meals just out of one can. You can carry quite a few cans in your backpack with you. They're really lightweight. I'm going to clear a spot off here to sit down and enjoy my meal. I just realized what kind of hat I was wearing. I don't mean to make this show political in any way or anything like that. I just forgot I was wearing the MAGA hat out here. If you support it, awesome. If you don't, there's no hard feelings. I'm each for own. Everybody can have their own opinions, and we all were raised different and whatnot, but I just wanted to stress that I wasn't wearing it to try to make this show political in any way. We're really just out here doing reviews on survival and prepping products, and we're doing it that way. It wasn't intentional. Alright guys, let's dig in here. First thing I'm going to grab is one of these meatballs. Okay. Now that's one heck of a good meatball. Hell, I'd almost say it's as good as my mom's, but I don't want to get home and get a smack in the back of the head. Can never do her like that. No, these are amazing. I know they come pre-seasoned. Read the back of the pack here. They got breadcrumbs, thyme, some oregano, some green bell peppers, some red bell peppers, some Parmesan cheese, some mustard, a little bit of salt. It's got a bunch of stuff in here. All right. I knew as soon as I tasted it, couldn't have not been seasoned. I can tell you at least this much. This is a nice hearty meal. If you're out here camping around and packing, running up and down trails all day, this is a good one. Look how nice that is. Nice and thick sauce. Oh, don't want to spill it everywhere. Now it's almost stick licking good. Well, definitely let me know in the comments down below if you guys like seeing this kind of stuff out here and out in the wild, just cooking and anything else, product testing, reviews. Just drop your comments down there. I'm more than happy to reply to every one of them. I have so far, I believe, on all the other videos I posted. I try to stay on top of it pretty well. I wanted to let you guys know that I do care. And I'm going to keep this thing rolling. Because let me tell you, this right here, being out here in the wild and just having a good meal, nice and quiet. Heck, nothing just but me and y'all at the moment. Sun has gone down a little bit. It's about to go behind the mountains here. And I can't get over this spaghetti right now. I think once I go back home, me and the lovely girlfriend of mine, we're going to finish off the rest of these meatballs and make ourselves some meatball and spaghetti tonight. I'm going to ask her if she if she thinks I bought it from the store or what it is, because hopefully I can surprise her a little bit, let her know it's from the freeze-dried Wholesalers, and it's been freeze-dried for a while now. So I might throw that clip in on the end of this video if you guys stay tuned for it. Well, please let me know if you guys like seeing me coming out here and doing this stuff. I mean, I thoroughly enjoy it, but it's mainly about you, the viewers. I'm more than happy to come out here and do the product testing and real camping food on the run, you know. I enjoy this. I think it sets a more realistic setting for how you're really going to do it, and you can see how I get it set up. And it only just takes a little bit of stove and some propane or butane, and just watching some noodles for a little bit. I know they do sell a lot of seafood. They do filet mignons. They do beef patties for burgers. They do just about everything. So if you guys are curious about a product, let me know, and I'll go ahead and bring it out here, and we'll make up some burgers one day, or some steak sandwiches, or whatever it may be that you guys want to see. And these meatballs. I'm kind of sad I didn't throw more in here. I think I'm almost out. It did only take them about 45 minutes for it to fully soak up all the water. I did throw them in the pasta water while it was boiling for probably another 5 minutes just to ensure that they're done. And they are done. They're really nice. They're not overcooked. The noodles aren't overcooked. The sauce is nice and thick. I always love the thick sauce. You gotta have it. Alright guys, that concludes today's episode. I'm gonna go and clean up, get everything packed up, and go ahead and head down the mountain. The sun's starting to get back behind us a little bit. It's gonna be about an hour drive. Can't be going too fast on these dirt roads up here. They're a little messed up. So, alright, appreciate you guys for tuning in. It's the spaghetti meatballs with the freeze-dried wholesalers. We got the link down below in the description for your discount code. Get you a little bit off anything that you're buying from them. Appreciate it. Thank you.